Kendrick Davis.
You almost forgot your name, did you, baby? I'm just kidding. Today we have a few things that we'll be discussing, and I hope it could be helpful and useful in your marriage or relationship. Today's topic will be, I think I already said it will be effective communications. We will later on be in the segment. We'll be taking on a few questions from Facebook. I posted a post about a couple of questions that we'll be asking two viewers or a few viewers, and we're going to be taking two or three questions, and we will possibly be going live on Facebook to answer those questions. We don't want them to hold back because, of course, this is No Fluff TV and it's fired up with the Davises. So there's nothing, no holds barred. There's no dumb questions or answers, and we don't want nobody to hold back. Bring us all of it, all the energy.
Bring it all.
Bring it all. We ready. We fired up. I keep saying fired up.
Fired up.
Fired up. Okay, let's see. Let's start. I think you brought up I think we're going to talk about
communications between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
How a man communicates and a woman communicates. Because I know for myself, if I put 3 lines, it's going to be a little issue because women love details.
On a text message, 3 lines on a text or something.
3 lines on anything, period.
Well, you
it'll be a controversy.
3 lines on a post.
If I say she'll put a whole lot of stuff saying, I love you, baby, ever since, and ... And if I say I love you too, it shouldn't end that way for a man, because a woman's gonna be like, you could have put more than that.
Amen. Definitely don't do that. I think one time I had a whole meltdown. I think he sent me, I wrote like my own. I mean, I think I had a few tears, eyelashes were hanging and everything. I was like, I'm really feeling this post. Like I was feeling emotional that morning. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let my baby know how I feel, and I'm just letting him know that he's my snack this morning. And I started texting and typing. I had I know about 7, 8, 9, 10 lines, emojis and everything. And he was at work, and I didn't expect him to respond quickly, but when he responded, it was like, okay, baby. He didn't say you too, but he was like, I love you too. I was like, wait a minute, let me. So I had to breathe in, and then I was like, maybe you didn't. Did you get my last? Because you know how when they too long, it's gonna send 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna break the messages up. So I was like, maybe you only got the last part or something that say love you. So I was like, did you get my long message? Because it might have showed up as a picture message. I don't know. And he was like, yeah, I got it. So what you mean you got it? And I started going in, and he laughing because I was like, wait a minute. So I done poured out my heart, and you gonna write me 1 or 2 words? It wasn't even sentences then, it was words. And so I don't think he tried that again. No. I think he redeemed himself. He came back strong.
I came back with a poem. And I made sure that it was 2 or 3 pages so that it could compensate for what I put that I love you too.
And it did. It was deep, very deep. I like to think I'm a pretty intelligent woman, but I promise you, some stuff I had to go to Google. I was like, wait a minute, what is this? Don't come back with no. What is? I don't remember some words, but like ostentatious. Like what? Wait, our love is showy.
I said orchestrated.
Look, I know what orchestrated meant, but
and one time I used that chemistry, the elements to form the poetry.
And I was a dummy in chemistry. I barely made it out with a C. You don't come with no potion and formula, so he had to then break it down to me what he meant. So I was like, oh God, But I mean, it was cool. It was his own way. That's another thing you have to learn, to let people be themselves. Even though it was something I didn't understand, it was, deep to him. He meant that thing about he spent time on them NAs and sodium chlorides. I'm playing, but
it was uranium. It was more like bomb.
you
Type.
remember? Don't be mentioning bomb on this TV now. You
Oh,
got me
no. You know, like like the fire it blows. And
Oh, okay,
fire
okay.
And, like,
See, he got so deep. He's a
don't
he's
call me a
very.
nerd.
I
Don't
was
call
about to
me
say
a
nerd, but he's he's like the genius level. I'm on the above average. He's the genius level. So, but he redeemed himself. But you have to let people be themselves. That's one thing I'm learning. I've learned. We've been together going on 14 years. But we've been married 11 years. Just celebrated our 11th anniversary on May 24th. And that's something that we just wanted to start giving back on the good, the bad, the ugly, the best, the goodest times to the lowest times. And wanted to start helping people, make it, because young love, not just, I love black love, but not just black love, but any type of love, especially young people. We want to bring back, some of our parents type love, or grandparents, because some of these parents these days,
some courtship.
Yeah.
Coating.
Yeah, the old school, the coating days and the courtship, and we want to bring back some of that old school love, and so we just wanted to show people how to make it and how we made it. I can't tell you how to make it, but we can give you some tips on how the Davises made it and how to keep it fiery and to be desired, because that's going to be our ministry is
Desired fire
marriage ministries.
Yes.
And that's going to be another whole day. We'll talk about that, but you just got to keep it fiery, and you definitely want your mate to desire you. See, look, we done went somewhere else. We'll talk about that. That's gonna be spicy. We'll talk about that another day. Yes, I'm ready. Whew.
But
we're gonna get back to communication though. The effective communication. But that was good, baby. When you brought up the text messages, because God, that is whew. I see them on Facebook and memes all the time with the a lot of the girls be like, he sent one line, and I be tickled at those memes, but it's real. It happens. That's we the ones that make the memes, memes. As people call them.
Because women, they tend to be more detail oriented, and we like to get straightforward. So a man will be more straightforward with what he feels, and a woman, she gives a whole bunch of details. She'll tell what the day is. She'll tell what the weather looks like on that day. She'll tell what she was wearing and what he was wearing. She will tell the type of hairstyle that she had, and
That's true.
And it's so detailed. And a man will be like, "Well, we held hands that day," or something like that. We don't get too far into it as much as a woman would.
That's
but
true.
It doesn't change the fact that we don't love each other.
But one thing that's true. One thing that I've learned though is once you tell your mate, because that's what we have to learn, that we can't expect people to just be mind readers. A lot of times we think our mate's supposed to just know what we feel and what we think, but we're not mind readers. So now once I put it out there and I let him know, like, look, this is how I feel, or baby, you didn't pay attention to my hair. I was bothered. Like I paid $60-some for that hairdo and got it done just for you, and you didn't tell me how it looked. Once I put it out there, and then now if he be like, whatever, then it's gonna be an issue. The Davis is we're gonna be real fired up. But if I don't, put it out there how I feel, he might not pay attention because he could be busy with work, with school. He's in doctorate programs, so he might be just bombarded with a lot of stuff. But once they put it out there, because that's part of communication. Once your mate put it out there, pay attention. I don't expect him to go detail for detail, but I do expect him to say, "Baby, did you get your hair done? Oh, you got your hair done? Yeah, you know you look good, or I like that, or yeah, it was different from last time. You got it short instead of long. You know, just a little more details than usual. And you do really good because you remember. He pay attention to details. Sometimes I be like, what did I wear last week? And he be like, oh, you know that little he had the little fluff, the ruffles and the flowers. And I'm like, okay.
Wear ruffles.
I bought a couple of ruffle shirts, the sleeves, and he and you do good with remembrance. I'm like, okay, you know, so you do well with that. Now we can get into the I said safe words, but everybody want to talk about when you get into an argument, because we came a long ways with our arguing. I was a fighter. He was too. He tried to act like he wasn't, but he definitely was. It was kind of me. You do something to me, I'm gonna come back 100 times harder. And so I might have went from using my hands to my words, and they can cut just as deep, if not deeper. Because as we learn, definitely in ministry, you once you put it out there, you cannot take it back. Words have power, and with hands you can knock somebody out or bruise them and it heal up. But you put it out there with them words, you can't take those words back. So, he said, what did you say? A plan? Yes, I said some about safe words, but he's gonna tell me about this plan because I know nothing about this communication plan.
You got to come out with a plan.
Okay.
A plan of communication. You know, a plan to de-escalate the situation. You got to come up with a plan that you're gonna separate for a minute, to let it die down and come back together and
separate for how long? You mean to cool off?
Just to cool off, not to separate to go somewhere and not come back.
Because he know me, you know, you be like, I'm out. I'm like, how you separating for how long, sir? You know, and I'll get crazy. So. And
this is a disclaimer: never say that you're going to leave.
Oh my God! Do not, because
I did that and
took a shirt. Don't leave that out.
I took one shirt.
I said shirt and pants.
I didn't have an outfit. I had a half of an outfit, and I knew that I was coming back. But I said that I'm leaving and going to my mama's house.
Ooh.
And it didn't go too well.
It didn't. It didn't go too well. It didn't go well at all. Like we almost had to call the bomb squad. No, we had to bring in some reinforcements because I was like leaving, going to your mama house, you know, and I was the type, like, again, I have separation anxiety. I'm very territorial over people that I love and that I'm close to. Like, don't leave me. And so when you say you leaving, you know, so that's good with the plan. We're gonna know some safe words, and we're gonna know he's gonna, you know, we're gonna go through the steps, I guess, to let you know that you let your mate know that you're coming back. But don't just say I'm leaving to go to mama house and you take a piece of clothing, because, and don't let it be something nice, because it might look like you going to Boo Boo's house or somebody's house. It might be you going to the He Don't Even Club, but you take the right piece of clothing. I might be like, hold up, you ain't wore that shirt for me. That's a brand new shirt. So who you going to, you know, who you going to see? And, you know, so open up another whole door, especially when you say you leaving and I'm thinking, okay, we about to break up, 11 years going down the drain, you about to go see another woman, you going to your mama house, I start thinking about bills, we about to, okay, hand me my card, give me my set of keys, you know, my mind just go 50 million different places. So I think it's important, you know, and then, you know, because I'll be ready, you try to take clothes, I'm ripping everything up, you ain't taking none out here.
Throw it around like it's raining in the room. No, you're not going this way.
And be like, I mean, you know, he came in with, you hear your parents say, now, when you say you going somewhere, they be like, yeah, you going out with the same thing you came in, you know, with nothing on your back. But I'm the type, like, even though he came in with clothes, I'm like, you ain't leaving with nothing. Go on and cool down, but you know, you're not taking nothing. So, we definitely got to talk about this plan because I'm glad he made it abundantly clear that that's good that you recognize that about the leaving because I don't think we talked about that, and that was just
we have to create a plan, even though it doesn't go that way during an argument most of the time. Most of the time, you have to come back and get it right.
Right, because you hot headed.
You gotta get hot headed, and you want to see who's gonna win the argument, who's gonna be above the argument. So you yelling at one another.
Right, wrong.
And
right, wrong.
Yeah, and then you yelling at one another. You don't hear each other until after the argument is settled, and then you can talk about the situation.
Right, and no argument is too stupid.
Yeah.
A lot of times we'll think. I promise you, because we
all
argue
our
some
arguments are stupid.
dumb stuff. So
we argue on this a little bit of water spilled on the floor.
Literally, and we want to be right so much that I promise you, some water. Like our arguments, thank God, knock on wood, we don't have to argue about who's cheating, bills not getting paid, who's major stuff that people have these real issues going on. And I promise you, it could be like he knocked over a bottle of water, and he was like, "No, I didn't knock that over, baby." I'm like, "You had to have knocked it over because it's only me and you here. I know I didn't knock it over." And he'd be like, "No, I didn't. I remember." And he's gonna go, his brain, he's gonna go, "I know I didn't knock it down because I went all the way around that chair and in between here to get to the bathroom." And he get detailed then when he just know he right. He get detailed then.
That's when a man get detailed.
Right.
When things get heated.
Right. I mean, because he's gonna prove that he's right, and I'm gonna definitely prove I'm right. So then, we'll get my voice to go up or his to go up, and I'll be like, "Stop yelling at me." He's like, "I'm not yelling, but I just know that I didn't do this." And so really, we have had some very explosive arguments over who's right and who's wrong. And we definitely had to learn with that. Somebody have to be the big guy in any relationship. Compromising, you can't be right all the time. Even if you are right, sometimes you're gonna have to humble yourself and lower yourself. And it doesn't make you a fool. It actually, when I'm learning, it makes you very smart because you're trying to save your relationship. And two, you'll see that it's wasted energy. By the time you finish fighting and leaving, clothes being tore up. I don't cut his clothes, but I'm just saying, by the time you finish like hours of frustration and like you said, leaving just to go ride around and stuff, like we could have been cuddling or we could have been making money doing something,
right.
And so it's a lot of wasted energy over nothing. And so I'm not going to say every time it's going to happen, because sometimes we're going to want to be right, or if we know we're right, we're going to want to prove it, but that doesn't have to always be the case. So communication is definitely important.